Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to do something a little bit different today. Since the CMA Awards were last night, I thought I would do a little recap for y'all. If y'all know anything about me, it's that I absolutely love music. Music is life, basically. So, and it doesn't matter what type of music it is. It's country, it's pop, it's whatever. If it's a good song and I like it, it's all it needs to be. So, I feel like there was a lot going on last night, and I just wanted to hop on here and do like a little recap and see if anybody had any opinions on it. So, let's get started. See, I have my little notebook with all my notes on it because I had to, I wanted to make sure I got everything in here. I apologize if this runs a little bit long and if I ramble a little bit. It's music. Music, gets me all excited. So I apologize ahead of time if this runs a little bit long. It was a 3-hour broadcast, even though an hour of that was probably commercials. But But anyway, let's get started. If you don't want to watch this, just click out. If you do, just keep watching. What can I do? Can't make you watch my video. If you don't like country music, you're not interested in it, just click on out. If you like country music and you want to hear my opinion on last night's award show, keep watching. Anyway, they opened up the show with this lame Star Wars thing, and I say lame because it really was lame. I mean, I may get like hate mail or whatever, but I'm not a movie person, so whether or not it's a big movie or not, I'm just not into that. So I'm sorry, don't hate me, but it's just not my thing. Even if it was my thing, it was just really, really bad. I mean, it was trying. They did this little thing where they did this the words that came up on the screen, and it was like the last minute it was scrapped and blah blah blah, but they still did it anyway. I don't know, it was weird and it was awkward. So I'm trying to move my chair, I'm sorry. I keep moving. Anyway, so the Star Wars thing was lame. Now, before I keep going on this, due to my lack of editing expertise, I won't be able to like pop up little pictures or whatever here like everybody else does, and I'm sorry about that. Maybe I can put like a little slideshow together at the end showing you like little highlight pictures or whatever, and I don't want to get in trouble with the copyrighted thing. So if you're interested in any of this, I'll either do a little slideshow at the end, or I'll leave a video or links to like a couple of performances or whatever. So I had to get that out of the way. Anyway, so the opening sketch of the Star Wars thing was just lame. It bombed. It was horrible. And so after that, they went straight into a performance of Hank Williams Jr. and Eric Church, which, if you're a fan of Hank, then more power to you. If you're a fan of Eric Church, more power to you. It was a good performance, That's all I can say about that. Then, as soon as that was over, they immediately went to John Mellencamp and Keith Urban, which is funny because Keith Urban actually sang his John Cougar, John Deere, John 316 song, but he sang that after he sang the little duet he did with John Mellencamp. So that was cool and interesting. Alright, so after that was over, they went and they did the little monologue. Brad Paisley and Carrie Underwood, if you don't know who I'm talking about, they host the show. They've hosted it for, I don't know, 6-8 years now. I don't really know how many years, but I'm thinking they're due for a host change. My opinions, don't hate. Anyway, so they went into their monologue, and they did a little singing monologue, and they made fun of stuff. And if anybody knows anything about country music and what happened with relationships this year, Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert broke up, got divorced. It's bad. They actually, right before the awards show, confirmed that Blake and Gwen Stefani are dating, which is a whole other video on its own, so I won't go into that. But they actually sang, and they were like, the biggest breakup of the year, the most devastating breakup of the year, and they shot panned over to Kermit and Miss Piggy. Ha 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 ha. I guess they went about it the right way. They didn't like directly, say anything. And Brad Paisley made a little hint about, on a completely unrelated note, what's up, Blake? So when they showed Blake, they didn't show. They only showed Blake. Like, they only referred to Blake. So I guess it's because, he's more in the news now than Miranda. I don't know, or if it's just because Miranda may not have even been in the audience, the complete show, because they didn't show her at all. The only time they showed her was literally when she performed, and then when she was nominated for her award. That was it. That's the only time they showed her. So I'm assuming she stayed backstage for the most part, but I don't know. Anyway, so they did that. And then they did the little they kept going on and they did jokes. I'm not going to go on and on about that. William Shatner came out, and that was another lame part of the thing. They could have done without all that. I don't know. I think they need a new and fresher host. I don't know. I think Brad and Carrie have kind of been played out, and I think, for me, my opinion, this is my opinion only, that maybe they need to, rethink the hosting situation. Anyway, so after that, they brought out they did the award for Single of the Year, and I'm not going to go through the nominees. It's just going to make this video go even longer than it's going to be. The Single of the Year is actually for the artists. So the song that won was Girl Crush by Little Big Town. Now, again, if you know anything about anything that's music, Girl Crush had a really, really big controversy behind it because a lot of the radio stations would not play it because everybody complained about it being promoting the gay agenda, which if you've heard the song and you've heard the lyrics of the song, that's not the case. To each, it's whatever. I like the song. It's a really good song with a really good message. Not really a good message, but it's not about what everybody thought it was about. Anyway, so, they combated it. The country artist, backed them up or whatever, and, they were still played on the radio. So they won for Single of the Year, so they got that artist. Little Big Town got that award. Commercial, blah, blah, blah. They came back. They did a little tribute to little Jimmy Dickens, who passed away this past year. And it was, they showed some clips of him on previous years. And then as a joke to remember him, like, he would have been wanted to have been remembered, they brought out a huge urn, and then Brad opened it, reached in, and then brought out a little bitty urn. Now, little Jimmy Dickens, if you don't know, was a very short-statured man. I am 5'1". Okay, and I think he was like 4'11" or something like that. I don't know exactly how tall, but he was a small man. But he was a funny man. So, rest in peace, little Jimmy Dickens. Alright, then Zac Brown performed. I'm not a fan of them. If you are, I'm sorry, but I don't see the hype. He should have had a hat on. He had all this going on right here, and he had literally no hair on the top of his head. And he always wears a hat, so he should have had a hat on last night. So, next. After that, they went into Kenny Chesney. He sang his hit. I used to be a huge fan of Kenny Chesney, but, it's whatever. He went all, like, islandy and all that, and then he tried to come back and be country, and then he's still kind of islandy, so... Okay, so after Kenny, I think there was a commercial, maybe, I don't know, but Sam Hunt performed his song "Take Your Time," and it's been huge on the radio. So if you're a music fan, you know who I'm talking about. You know what song I'm talking about. Then they presented Song of the Year, and that Song of the Year and Single of the Year are almost the same awards. Usually it's usually the same songs nominated. They may have one or two differences, but the Song of the Year as opposed to the Single of the Year. The Song of the Year goes to the actual songwriters of the songs. And Little Big Town did win that award again for Girl Crush, but, you know, it was their writers that won that award. So, good for them. Congratulations to the Little Big Town and to their writers. Alright. After that, speaking of, Little Big Town performed their big hit, Girl Crush, which I love that song. It's a good song. It's got a nice beat to it. I don't know, it's just good. If you haven't ever listened to it, I'll link the performance down below if I can find it. I'm sure all this stuff's on YouTube now, so if I can find it, I'll link the performance down below. And then the next award was for New Artist, and there was, out of all the ones that were nominated, and I'm going to get into this in a little bit because this award show was very, very surprising, to say the least. The new artists, I think there's 5 of them nominated. I've heard of 4 of them. And the 5th one, or, you know, I think there's 5. Whichever one. The one of them that I didn't know. Okay. I knew, but I didn't really know he was that popular now, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so there was nominees, and then Chris Stapleton won. Now, you'll hear me say that name again. So remember that name. Chris Stapleton is actually a very, very talented songwriter and singer, obviously, because I didn't really know that he was like really out and about like that, because I haven't really been listening to a lot of the local radio lately or the country radio, because I've been kind of stuck on my throwback 90s radio lately. So I feel a little left out not knowing that he was like out there. But anyway, congratulations to him for winning New Artist. And like I said, you'll hear me say his name again. After that, Carrie Underwood performed her hit Smoke Break. It's Carrie Underwood. Carrie and Brad always perform, so I think they host. They usually perform. I think they have performed every year, but I'm not sure. Anyway, after that, I don't know if they went to yes, they went to a commercial after that, because they came back and my station cut it off. I was like so mad. Anyway, my favorite performance of the night was the Justin Timberlake and Chris Stapleton. See, told you were going to be hearing that name again. Like I said, I didn't even know he was like out there like that. I was excited to see Justin Timberlake, but I was like, why is he performing with him? I now know why. I will definitely link that performance down below. If you want to hear a good, like, true performance, like, with 2 incredible artists, you need to check out that link below. I will definitely leave that link below. They sang 2 songs. One was Tennessee Whiskey, which, forgive me for my lack of country knowledge, which apparently that is an older song, who was originally sang by an older artist. I'm not up to par with my older country trivia, so forgive me, because I was never into that. But they sang that song, which was incredible. Okay, and then they also sang Drink You Away, which is one of Justin's songs, which is another awesome song. It's a pop song, but he made it into the country song. And I'm telling you, if Justin Timberlake ever went country, he would totally rock it, because he's Justin Timberlake. So everything he does is gold, right? Anyway, so definitely check out that performance. Okay, so again, they went to a commercial, because that performance was just, it had to be all on its own. So they went to a commercial after that, and they came back, and Florida Georgia Line, I would have hated to be Florida Georgia Line, because they followed that performance, but their performance was so just not there. Okay, now I personally have never seen Florida Georgia Line live, but I've heard that they're not that great in concert, and I got that feeling. And I've seen them perform before, and they do really well, you know, on TV or whatever, but that performance to me was not one of their best. They did not sound great, and I do attribute some of the sound issues with the networks, because these award shows never sound right on TV. So I know it's not all their fault, but it just wasn't a really good song for them to sing, and they should have sang one of their hits instead of singing a new song, especially considering the new song is not that great. So I feel bad for them because they followed such greatness and then came back with not so greatness. So anyway, after they performed, they presented the award for Best Duo, and Florida Georgia Line got it. You know, they're the only ones kind of worth mentioning right now as far as duos go. So that's that. Eric Church performed earlier with Hank Williams Jr., like I said, and he also performed his new song, which Eric Church, he has good songs. I'm not hating on Eric Church. He does have good songs. I do like some of his songs, but some of his songs are just so, like, I could fall asleep listening to Eric Church because it's just boring. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody or any of y'all's fans, but it's just not happening. Sorry. Anyway, after that, they had Thomas, another odd duo, which Justin Timberlake and Chris Stapleton's not as odd as you realize because Justin Timberlake has country roots. So for those two to perform, it actually makes sense. But this right here, the Thomas Rhett and Fall Out Boy performance, didn't make a lot of sense. But I'm telling you, it actually worked. You know, whether you hate, you know, the fact that they incorporate non-country artists in these shows or not, it worked. They performed Thomas Rhett's hit Crash and Burn, and then they also performed Fall Out Boy's Uma Thurman. And it kind of fit. Like, you wouldn't think that that song would fit, but the two songs, they didn't, like, merge them or anything. They sang one and then they sang the other, but it, like, went together, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But, like I said, if you're not a fan of them incorporating, like, pop, rock people into these country awards, then you're not going to like it. But I actually enjoyed it. So, good job. And then they they presented Album of the Year and, drum roll, which you won't hear anything, but drum roll please. Out of all the albums, Chris Stapleton got Album of the Year. So not only did he win New Artist, he also got Best Album of the Year. Okay? So, dude's on fire, okay? And then, Kelsey Ballerini, I don't know who this chick is. She's cute, she's young, whatever. She sang a little snippet of her song, and then they did the radio station awards like they do. Okay, and then commercial, come back. Brad Paisley performed. It was actually a really cool performance. I'm guessing the song is about watching football on the weekends. I don't know. But he had all of the college mascots behind him, like dancing, so that was really cool. So, you know, I'm Louisiana, so I'm an LSU fan, so go LSU. They had Mike, the tire, you know, back there dancing, so that was cool. Brad Paisley always kind of puts on a good show. You know, he's another one that is like, you know, hit and miss with me. Sometimes he has really good songs, and sometimes he kind of falls flat. But you know, he's a really funny guy, so you know, he always puts on a good performance. Okay, so after Brad, we had Blake, and he performed his new song, which, you know, I'm not familiar with, so yeah, sorry. But it was Blake, it was a performance, it was nothing special. Alright, and then Maddie and Tay, you know, the two that sing about the girl in the country song and all that mess that they've played to death. They sang a little snippet of their song, and then they did the whole radio personality awards. So, yeah. So when they come back from the commercial, my other favorite performance of the night, of course, is Mr. Luke Bryan. And y'all can hate on me all you want for liking Luke Bryan, but I like me some Luke Bryan, okay? Anyway, he sang his song, Strip It Down, which is a really good song. I'm sorry. I know y'all hate on Luke Bryan, and I know y'all can hate on him all day long, but I don't care. Because he's coming back to Bossier City in March, and I will be attending that concert. So, let's go. Let's move on. Alright, after that, Pentatonics came out, and they were going to present an award, but they actually did a little salute to the Oak Ridge Boys. They sang a song. They sang Elvira in their little Pentatonics way that they do. And then they presented Group of the Year, and Little Big Town got that. So congratulations to them, because they've had a really good year too. They've had a really good couple of years actually. All right, so after that, Miranda Lambert performed, and I don't know what song she sang. The name of the song was Bathroom Sink. I don't know. I understand that she's had it rough this year, and she's been in the spotlight a lot, and it's not, that great of a spotlight she's been in. But I wasn't feeling it. The song was just not good. The performance was not good. I mean, I feel like she shouldn't have performed, but I guess she had to, because you'll find out in a minute. But, but it's just, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. The name of the song was Bathroom Sink. Like, what? Like, no. It just didn't work. I love Miranda. I've seen her in concert, and I love her. But I know she was just having a rough night. So, I guess I'll just write it off as that and move on. Alright, so after her, Jason Aldean came. He sang a song, I guess his new hit, I don't know. There was a lot of fire on the stage. His microphone stand lit on fire, and there was just a lot of fire. Excuse me. Almost done, guys. Almost done. We've got 21 minutes in, and I'm almost done. Alright, so after Jason, Casey Musgraves performed. I'm not a fan of Casey. There's something about her I just don't like. I don't know. I can't put my hands on it. But she came out. She basically had a blinged out swimsuit. It was really, really just not cool. She had like these tassel things just hanging from one side of it. And she had her guitar like, conveniently placed. So like you couldn't see things. And she has like all guy band. And poor guys, they are dressed in pink rhinestone suits. Poor guys. I'm like, dude. Why did you, make your guys wear pink rhinestone suits? It's just not cool. If you're gonna make your guys wear pink, you should maybe have, an all-girl band. Because, no. Anyway, like I said, I just don't like her, so. Alright, so after her, Dierks Bentley performed. He performed his song. Nothing special about that. Alright, so after that, they presented the award for Best Female, and of course, Miranda won that. Which, to be completely honest, as much as I love Miranda, I really think Carrie should have gotten it this year, only because I feel like she's had the better year. I feel like maybe, possibly, they gave that to her just so she would have an award to win, and it would make her feel better. I don't know. I mean, it's voted on by the Academy, so you never know. But I feel like Carrie should have won, only because she had the better year, in my opinion. But to each his own. Congratulations, Miranda. Okay, so they came out and they talked about how next year will be their 50th anniversary. 50th. I can say it right. 50th. Next year will be their 50th. 50th. Whatever. Next year is 50 years of the CMA. I'm not going to say that over and over again. Next year will be 50 years. So I expect next year will be huge, because they always, do big things. Country music always goes big. Anyway, so in order to prepare for the next year, I'm not going to say that again. Reba and Brooks and Dunn actually performed together, so that was really cool. If you don't know, Brooks and Dunn kind of went into retirement, but not really, because they perform in Las Vegas. But I don't know. They don't tour or anything, and I don't think they're making any new things, so yeah. But anyway, they performed. They performed one of her songs. They performed one of their songs, and it was really nice. It was cool, and Reba still has it, and yeah. Anyway, so after that, they presented Male Video, which Male Video was a complete shocker. Okay, so when you've got Luke and Blake and I don't even know who the other. Luke and Blake usually get it. Okay. Anyway, so Male Video went to Chris Stapleton. So not only was he nominated for 3 awards this year, he won all 3. He won New Artist, he won Album, and he won Male Artist. Okay, he won all 3 of those. And, like, nobody knows who he is. So, way to go, Chris. He had the best performance of the night. He won all three of the awards he was nominated for. And, I mean, he's on fire. So, if you don't know who Chris Stapleton is, like, I didn't. I mean, I knew who he was, but I didn't know he was, like, out there, like, performing like that out there. I know he is, like, a huge songwriter in the country world, and he's written a ton of songs for country artists. So I did know who he was. I just didn't know he was out there like that. So way to go, Chris Stapleton, on that. And he was very humble, and he accepted his awards graciously. You can tell he was not prepared at all for any of it. You know, he was very, very dumbfounded and emotional. So, you know, congrats to him. And then after that, they announced. Reba came back out, and she presented for Entertainer of the Year, and Entertainer of the Year is usually no surprise. At least the last few years, it's been no surprise. It was up for Garth Brooks, Kenny Chesney, Eric Church, Luke Bryan, and Miranda Lambert were all nominated, and the winner, was Luke Bryan. I'm so glad he got an award, because he should have won male vocalist. But I understand why he didn't, so I'm not mad at that. But he got Entertainer of the Year. He came up. He's like the male Taylor Swift when he wins an awards. And if you know anything about Taylor Swift, you know what I'm talking about. Which, you know, he's very humble and emotional and all that good stuff. So he won. It was weird because, you know, he was sitting like right next to Miranda. And she was nominated. Well, his wife was sitting next to Miranda. He wasn't. But when he got up, he kissed his wife. Well, that's obvious. But Miranda was like right there. So he kind of like moved on, and then like he like attacked Garth Brooks, and then he like gave like the little winky wink to Kenny Chesney. And then when he got up and thanked, you know, did his thanks or whatever, he thanked everybody but Miranda. So I feel bad for her, because not only did she just basically get dumped, she was like had a really bad performance. She won an award, but I mean it was nothing to get all excited about. She wins that award every year, and Luke Bryan just completely forgot about her when he thanked people for the award. So, and that's that. Very surprising. Not really surprising. There was a couple of surprise performances, but all in all, it was actually a good show. I can go on and on about the controversy behind country music right now, but that is for another video, and that is not for this video. This video was strictly about the awards. This award show in particular is known for their collaborations. So, you know, they did that like they always do with, you know, Hank Williams Jr. and Eric Church, and then Keith Urban and John Mellencamp, and Justin Timberlake and Chris Stapleton, Thomas Rhett and Fall Out Boy. And I think those were the only collabs. Yeah. Oh, and Reba and Brooks and Dunn. Why did I forget about that? Anyway, so this award show in particular is known for that. So they go big and go home. So they don't do, you know, they don't focus on the awards so much. They give out the bigger awards, you know, the songs, you know, the album, male, female, entertainer of the year. So, and you know, the main awards, and then they just focus on the performances. So I know what to expect when I watch these shows every year. The other award show, the other counterpart to the country music are the ACMs, and they're in April, I think. So they don't focus, you know, they focus on just, they don't really do the whole collaboration like the CMAs do. So, but they do focus on the music, which is, you know, they should. I know it's an award show and they should be giving out more awards, but it is all about the music. When it all comes down to, it's all about the music, and that's what the fans want to hear. You know, they want to hear the music. Yeah, they want to see who wins an award, but they want to hear the music. That's what you get. You know, that's what you go there for. So, all in all, it was a good show. You know, they've had better, they've had worse. You know, it's an award show, so you can't really, you know, expect too much. So, I guess with that being said, it was a good show, and there is another there. I can't talk. I've been talking for 30 minutes. I can't talk anymore. Anyway, the American Music Awards, which is an all genre award show, actually comes on in a couple of weeks. So I may do a recap for that, depending on what it was, because to be completely honest, I'm not up to date on all the new pop music. So we'll see how that award show goes. And I may do a recap. May or may not do a recap for that. But this was for the Country Music Association Awards, the CMA Awards. It was a good show. I will leave links to performances that I enjoyed down below. I'll leave a couple of links. I won't leave links to every performance because I did not enjoy every performance, let's be honest. If you have any opinions on last night, if you watched last night, or if you watched the DVR replay, and a couple of days from now you want to comment and leave your opinion, you're more than welcome to it. Do not be mean. There is no room for rudeness here. It is all in fun. If you don't like country music, don't comment. Plain and simple. If you did enjoy it, comment. But, if you didn't like a performance, I wasn't flat out mean. I had said, yes, I didn't like a couple of things. I didn't, there's a couple of artists I don't really care for. But I wasn't mean about it. Don't be mean. You can leave constructive criticism and constructive comments and not have to be flat out mean. So, if you're not going to be mean, leave a comment. And, I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.